I'd actually been offered another job by another company before I went to be interviewed by Norman, in fact, in 1985. And I decided that I'd rather work at Foster's than the other company. Well, I was taken on to work on one particular project, which was the NOMOS project for Techno. And so my engagement with the architectural practice was just really the environment that was created there. It was quite a small studio then as well, before everybody started returning. I'd been working on Stansted Airport and it was coming to the end. And because my background is industrial design and furniture design, I'd been working on those components inside Stansted. And I realized it was something that I wanted to do more of. And I thought about leaving. I thought about leaving the practice. And I had a conversation with Norman. And Norman just said, well, why don't you give it a go and see whether it can work? I'd never been exposed to the kind of rigor that Foster's as an organization have when it approaches projects. And that has lasted with me. Those experiences at Stansted, the team, the way that the collaboration took place, certainly working with some really very, very good people on Stansted. The project itself was fantastic. You know, it was a great, it was an indicator for airports to come. When I experienced, what was happening on Stansted, this was a building that was made off-site and brought on site, just like any piece of furniture or anything like that. Certainly, the reason why I became, if you like, an industrial designer, because I was interested in mass production. And I was intrigued about the reproduction. And that was one of the things that really interested me about the way that the office design buildings, because there is an industrial process that they go through, and particularly with the idea of the kit of parts. So buildings are put together by an industrial process and people are making these products. And I think Norman was very, the conversations I had with Norman was very concerned that, the name itself just wouldn't carry the product. You have to design the product that would also match the name. Now, subsequently, I have also been interested in the idea of craft, not necessarily in the pieces that are produced, but by the way that people dedicate themselves to producing things. And I think that was where a lot of the clients I had, I really enjoyed the idea of working, even if it was mass manufacture and even if it was heavily produced, if you like, or reproduced, you still go in, and these factories are communities. And that was something that I still have carried with me. And I do think, you can have a degree of pleasure every time you're using something that's an enjoyable object to have around. I really enjoyed it. I come from Liverpool, Norman comes from Manchester. So I understood sort of a little bit of the humor that Norman could actually participate in because of both our backgrounds. The thing was that I was very lucky indeed, because I worked with Norman very closely on some of the projects, and certainly on some of the things that the NOMOS project was one, but subsequently some of the other projects as well. The scale, I think Norman enjoyed the change of scale, and as a result, his participation in that was very immediate. He understood exactly what the processes were. And also, which I think is the sign of a good designer anyways, particularly in Norman's case, was that he can pinpoint areas that you yourself are unsure about. And he would always question things that he recognized as being not quite right, and would immediately be able to discuss and pinpoint those things. I enjoyed working with Norman. It was good fun, actually, yeah.